You have stepped into your power, and now there's no stopping you. You've grown into the strongest, most radiant version of yourself, and your energy speaks volumes without saying a word. It's calm, grounded, and full of inner peace, a true reflection of the work you've done on yourself. This powerful transformation hasn't gone unnoticed. Your person feels your presence more intensely than ever. They're not just thinking about you casually, they are completely fixated. Whether they admit it or not, your energy lingers with them, quietly echoing in their heart and mind throughout the day. You've become their safe space, their inspiration, and the person they just can't shake, no matter how much time has passed or how much distance may exist between you. What makes this even more profound is that you are being adored not for pretending to be someone you're not, but for being exactly who you are, your authentic self. You didn't change to fit someone else's mold. You stood tall in your truth, and that's exactly what left such a lasting impact on them. Your presence was a mirror to their soul, reflecting back everything they had buried, denied, or avoided. And now, even in the silence, you've left an unforgettable mark. Your person is no longer running, instead, they are quietly planning and strategizing their way back to you. Behind the scenes, they are thinking through every move, replaying conversations, and envisioning what a reunion could look like. They're carefully working out how to approach you, what to say, and how to earn your trust again. In this stillness, your person has come to a deep realization: they are grateful for you, more than they've ever been able to express. You didn't just love them, you inspired them. You gave them a reason to face parts of themselves they had avoided for far too long. Because of your influence, they found the courage to confront their own shadows, their own pain, and to begin the long journey of healing. They are not the same person they once were. And now, as they reflect on everything you offered so selflessly, they realize that what you always wished for, a true, loving connection, is something they now genuinely want too. More than want, they feel ready for it. For a long time, they kept their emotions hidden. They wore a mask, playing it safe, pretending they didn't feel as deeply as they did. They may have pushed you away, stayed silent, or acted indifferent. But the truth is, those feelings never left, they were simply buried beneath fear and pride. Now, though, everything is shifting. Your person is beginning to lower their defenses, to let go of the protection that once kept them closed off. They know they can't stay in their comfort zone forever. They realize that if they want to be with you, truly be with you, they must be willing to show vulnerability. And that time is drawing near. The universe has witnessed your patience, your loyalty, and your unwavering faith, not only in this person, but in divine timing. You chose not to chase, not to beg, not to force things. Instead, you surrendered. You focused on your own healing, your own growth, and allowed the universe to work things out in its own perfect rhythm. That decision, though difficult, did not go unnoticed. Now, the universe is preparing to reward you. The energy you've poured into this connection, the love you gave freely, the nights you cried in silence while still believing in the bigger picture, it's all coming back around in a new form. Your person is now being called to make the first move. It's no longer your burden to carry. You've done your part. It's time for them to step up and meet you at the level you've risen to. The emotional weight they've been holding back, the things they never said, the feelings they buried, the apologies left unsaid, they are finally ready to be revealed. They are beginning to see that silence no longer protects them, it only creates more distance. And they're tired of the distance. They want closeness, truth, and emotional intimacy. The time has come for clarity. The things that were left unspoken between you, questions that were never answered, feelings that were never expressed, are now rising to the surface, demanding to be addressed. Your person is ready. ready to speak, ready to listen, ready to offer their heart in the way you always hoped they would. This is more than just a reunion of two people, it's a coming together of souls who have grown, healed, and evolved. So stand tall in your truth. Remain open, yet grounded. Know that your strength, your patience, and your authenticity are leading you exactly where you're meant to be. The universe is aligning things in your favor, and your person is being guided back to you, not out of obligation or fear, but because they finally see what you saw all along. Love. Real, deep, healing love. Lately, it feels like we've been caught in a storm of challenges, disappointments, and emotional struggles. Ever since we met, life has thrown a fair share of obstacles our way. We've encountered hardships, misunderstandings, and countless setbacks. At times, it has felt like the universe was testing our bond, pushing us to our limits, and forcing us to question everything we thought we knew. And yet, through all of this, despite the chaos, the pain, and the emotional distance that occasionally creeps in, one truth remains unwavering: the love we share. That love has been our anchor, our constant, the one thing we both hold on to even when everything else seems to be falling apart. No matter how upset or frustrated we get with each other, no matter how much tension might fill the air between us at times, there's always a longing at the end of the day, a deep yearning to return to one another. I find myself missing you even in the midst of conflict. I miss your voice, your touch, the laughter we shared, and all the beautiful memories that feel etched into my heart. Those moments we've created together, those quiet conversations, shared glances, and small gestures of affection, mean more to me than words could ever truly express. Lately, I find myself daydreaming about you more than ever. I imagine us escaping from everything, disappearing into a peaceful, romantic place where time slows down and the world feels like it's just ours. In those dreams, we are free to love each other without fear, without judgment, without the weight of past mistakes dragging us down. I imagine holding your hand as we walk along a quiet beach or sitting beside you beneath a starlit sky, simply enjoying the presence of one another. In that place, there is only love. No pain. No secrets. Just us. I know things are difficult right now. I can sense your hesitation, your emotional walls, and the distance that's grown between us. I want you to know that I understand, truly understand, how you're feeling. I know you're hurt. And I know that I am, in many ways, the reason for that pain. My silence, my secrets, and my unwillingness to be fully open with you have left cracks in the foundation of our relationship. I never meant to hurt you. I never wanted to create a space where you felt unsafe to express your emotions or unsure of my loyalty and commitment. Please believe me when I say this, I will never give up on you. I will never walk away from what we have, even when it feels like everything is slipping through our fingers. To be without you is to lose a part of myself. Being with you, being in your arms, is what gives my life meaning and direction. You brought light into my life when all I had known was darkness. Before you, I was lost, struggling to find peace, joy, and emotional connection. I had always longed for intimacy, but it was your love that truly awakened that part of me, your love that healed wounds I didn't even realize were still open. And now, I see that I have caused you to retreat into yourself. You've become guarded, more careful with your emotions, and I recognize that it's a response to the pain I've caused. The truth is, I've made mistakes. I kept things from you that I should have shared. I acted out of fear, not mistrust of you, but fear of being fully vulnerable, of being seen in my entirety. And while that fear felt justified at the time, I now realize how much damage it caused. I see how much I've hurt you, and it breaks my heart knowing I contributed to your pain. But I want to change that. I want to rebuild what we've lost. I want to show you, not just tell you, that I'm committed to making things right. I want to earn back your trust, your openness, your warmth. I want to see you smile with ease again, to feel your affection without hesitation, to bring back the version of us that thrived in love and trust. We might be bruised, but I believe with all my heart that we're not broken beyond repair. Love this deep doesn't just fade, it holds on, even when everything else feels uncertain. Let's try, together, to heal. Let's take the time we need to mend what's been damaged. I am here, fully, honestly, and unapologetically, with my heart in my hands. I don't expect everything to be perfect overnight, but I do believe that with patience, understanding, and love, we can get back to where we once were, and maybe even go beyond that. You mean the world to me. And no matter what we've been through, my love for you remains the most certain thing in my life. Your partner has always had a tendency to keep their emotions hidden, guarding their heart even when it's overflowing with feelings, especially when it comes to you. This secrecy doesn't stem from a lack of love or indifference, quite the opposite. Their emotions for you are incredibly strong, deep, and passionate. However, that intensity is laced with a fear that holds them back, the fear of being abandoned or left behind by the one person they care for most. This fear doesn't allow them to fully express what's in their heart. Instead, they hold everything inside, burying their passion and vulnerability, hoping it will protect them from heartbreak. But what it's actually doing is weighing them down emotionally. Day by day, the burden grows heavier as they suppress their love, their desire to connect, and their longing for closeness with you. They've carried this emotional load for a long time, often silently. To the outside world, and even to you at times, they may appear calm, unaffected, or emotionally distant. But if you take a moment to really look into their eyes, you might see the truth that words have failed to reveal. Their eyes hold stories of longing, fear, love, and an inner storm they can no longer control. No matter how hard they try to stay composed or appear unaffected, their emotions leak through in subtle glances, soft pauses, and moments of vulnerability. It's clear that their heart speaks even when their mouth does not. There may have been a long period where the two of you have had little to no communication. Maybe you haven't seen each other in person for what feels like an eternity. The silence between you is thick, filled with questions, assumptions, and emotional distance. Still, during this time apart, your partner hasn't forgotten about you. In fact, their thoughts are consumed by you more than ever. In the quiet moments of their day, when no one is watching and the world isn't demanding their attention, they think of you. They replay memories, imagine conversations, and wonder what could be. They may not be reaching out openly or showing any signs on the surface, but internally, they are actively planning their next move. They're contemplating how to approach you, how to bridge the emotional and physical gap that has formed, and how to express everything they've been holding in for so long. Despite everything, they still see a future with you, even if they're unsure how to get there. They're not ready to give up, and that's why they're holding on to hope, even in silence. Yet, while they're immersed in their internal planning, their fear of rejection continues to creep in. They worry that the longer they stay silent, the more distant you'll become. In their mind, they wonder if you've already moved on or started exploring other possibilities. Even if you haven't given your heart to someone else, they fear you might be emotionally checking out, simply because you don't want to feel stuck anymore. From their perspective, your emotional distance feels like you might be open to other options, even if that's far from the truth. This misunderstanding is a major source of emotional conflict for them. On one hand, they are driven by this intense desire to reunite with you, to open up and finally share their feelings. On the other, they're paralyzed by the thought that they might already be too late, that you may no longer want what you once did. And this inner conflict causes them to hesitate, to stay quiet a little longer, and to build up more courage before they make a move. All the while, the love they have for you continues to build, pressing against the walls they've built around their heart, begging to be released. You, on the other hand, may be feeling confused, perhaps even hurt by their silence. You might be wondering what went wrong or why they won't simply reach out. It's possible you're trying to give them space, not wanting to pressure them or seem needy. Or maybe you've grown tired of waiting, unsure if they still care. The truth is, your partner cares more than you probably realize. They are deeply emotionally invested, but their fear clouds their ability to act. It's not a lack of love, it's the overwhelming nature of that love combined with insecurity and fear of loss. Both of you may be waiting, one in silence, the other in uncertainty. What your partner truly wants is a chance to reconnect without the fear of being judged or left behind. They're hoping that, when the time feels right, they can step forward and show you the love they've been holding in. And maybe, just maybe, they're hoping you'll still be there, waiting with open arms, ready to understand the emotions they've carried for so long.